A little girl kidnapped, raped, and murdered in a case that has stumped investigators for more than 40 years. But now, armed with new DNA evidence, police in Cobb County are taking another look.
And tonight, we wanted to show how Debbie Lynn Randall died from a new perspective, her own.
Parents wait by telephone.
Debbie Lynn Randall's father still has every newspaper article written about her disappearance.
Clues still lacking in Deborah's slaying.
He even has the front page picture of his little girl's body being carried out of the woods. She was only 9 years old.
But it tears you up. Literally tears you up. I'm sorry. But it is, it's just like taking a big chunk out of your body.
John Randall fears he will die without ever knowing who took that chunk. Debbie Lynn's mother died of leukemia last month. This is where Debbie Lynn was last seen alive. Today, it's a bus terminal. But we hired a graphic artist to help us understand what it looked like on January 13th, 1972. At that time, Debbie Lynn's family lived in an apartment complex on one side of the street, and the laundromat where she was abducted sat on the other.
I think it was like 57 feet from her front door to the laundromat.
57 feet was all Debbie Lynn's kidnapper needed. Her mother found the box of soap she tried to bring home scattered on the ground. Detective Morris Nix was a teen when it happened.
I remember vividly. I came in the house, it was on the news. People were afraid, they were angry, and it was frightening.
Debbie Lynn loved dolls, and since this is her story, that is how we portray her.
I don't know that I'll ever look at a Barbie doll again that I don't think about her.
Nick says a man in a dark 1950s pickup truck grabbed Debbie Lynn and forced her into it. There was an eyewitness.
I know she was kicking and screaming.
Sandra Walker was 12 years old at the time. She didn't want to talk on camera, but says she remembers almost getting run over by the man as he sped away. And she says she can still feel his eyes looking back at her through the rearview mirror.
Her brother was at the store handing out flyers, if you had seen her, that she had come up missing. And that's when I put two and two together.
And she still carries the heartache of what happened that day.
I've had people say that you've got to let it go, and I can't. I mean, that little girl didn't deserve any. She deserved to have a life.
Debbie Lynn was found 16 days later during a mass search of the woods. It was cold and rainy.
She was abducted in one area, attacked in another area, redressed, and then her body was taken to even another area on Johnson Ferry Road.
Police say Debbie Lynn had been found raped and suffocated. The killer likely using her own coat to muffle her screams. Nick still visits her grave.
Whoever was involved in this is a psychopath. When Debbie took her last breath, she was looking into the face of a monster.
When Nick's volunteered for the Cobb County Cold Case Unit, he asked to work on Debbie Lynn's case. He's determined to do what police 46 years ago could not: find her killer.
I still think that it's possible to solve this case.
Marietta police had preserved the evidence well, and for the first time, investigators have a DNA profile. The suspect, a white male.
I don't think about it.
Debbie Lynn's father has no words for the man that killed his daughter, but overflows with emotion, knowing she has not been forgotten.
I loved her. I'll always love her.
Such an emotional and powerful story. The artwork that you saw, we have actually taken those drawings and we have turned it into a graphic novel. And what's really exciting is that if you go to your 11 Alive app right now on your phone, you can see the graphic novel as well. We've also posted it online. This artist has done such an amazing job. Do we know any more about the killer? Police believe that he was a construction worker. They think that because of the type of truck he was driving, as well as some of the dirt that was found on her clothes.
And Rebecca, what about that DNA evidence? Any luck?
So far, the DNA has not led them to the killer, but it has helped them rule out several suspects. They say what they need now are some new leads to chase, and they are hoping that this helps trigger some of those memories.